Hello, everyone. Today's will be the final episode in a three-part series on how to design your own one-shot adventure.
So please join us while we determine and design the encounters and finish up the final details of our adventure. I'm Eddie,
And I'm Eugene, and welcome to another episode of
the Middle-Aged Barbarians.
Here on Middle-Aged Barbarians, we like to cover a wide range of topics of all things geek, from tabletop RPGs to board games, media reviews, and news updates.
So whether you're new to the RPG scene or jaded veterans like us, stick around to watch this pair of guys be barbaric and tear your boredom to shreds. So what's up? How we doing? Oh, first of all, we never talked about our main antagonists.
Yeah, we kind of forgot that in the last episode. So we did mention that there would be a pixie and a satyr.
Yes.
And I mean, looking at the new monster manual, we thought it'd be
Fun to try out new stuff.
some of the new higher CR creatures there. So the satyr will be a revel master satyr that would go by the name
Ook.
Ook, and then there would be a pixie, which is a wonder bringer, and her name would be
Stab.
Ishtab.
So basically, the deal would be this: they have two personalities. They both love partying, but partying in different ways. The Shta would be more related to balls, the more glamorous aspect of partying, like parading and so
Formal dances and stuff like that.
And no good do like those huge meshes, brawls, stuff like that.
Yeah, like big time debauchery and raves and just people
Going crazy, and Rocio judges. They're fighting to see who makes the best party, and that's actually their main motivation for doing this.
Yeah, the backstory, which may have been a little unclear, was her mother had passed away a couple days back, and in her sadness and her depression, she just escaped and ran out and stumbled upon the old ruins that are in the swampy area, the mangroves, and that is the portal to the Fae. And then she met these two.
To Faye, and they saw her being so sad and said, "Oh, we'll make you happy." And
they turned it into a competition between them to see who can make her the happiest and how.
And how, yeah. I mean, not really understanding how humans work and how grief works, but I mean, it's cheaper than therapy, I guess.
So kind of like putting everything together, we kind of established that it's going to be like a three-part or three acts, if you will. The first act would be the player's arrival to the area, to the scene. We kind of thought it'd be cool if they would get there like on a boat.
On a boat, they were traveling by boat. Either they were shipwrecked or just randomly passed here without memory. That depends on the flavor you want to have.
Yeah, you can force them into it, like with some misty shenanigans, or just have them stumble upon the area, or maybe have an accident and then have to dock and they land in this area. Whatever floats your boat, in a way.
Literally, yeah.
So they'll find themselves on the coastal line, and then I think to get them acclimated to the actual terrain and everything, maybe a confrontation with nature.
Makes sense to see this actually a pretty dangerous area.
Yeah, would be in order. So the thought would be maybe that crazy fisherman dude that we will be calling
Chewy.
The players will in disembarking here screams in the distance, and Chewy would be having the misfortune of being attacked by some local crocodiles.
Which are pretty common in this area, by the way, in the coastal areas.
Yeah.
Not in the city. I mean, it would be pretty hard to see a crocodile here.
So we thought maybe the first encounter would be that. No, Chewy being attacked, and the players, if they manage to get there in time, and if they decide to intervene, they can help save.
Or
Chewy.
Let him go, or even if they're murderous hobos, like, get rid of him.
Supposing that they're not crazy murder hobos and they decide to intervene and help save him, then he would obviously thank them and maybe give them a little bit of a warning about what's happening in the town, because he doesn't live there per se, so he's not under the effects. But he kind of knows, but he's got a little crazy glint in his eye.
he thinks what the devils are doing this,
Yeah, he believes there's some devilish shenanigans or intervention.
or demons or something of the sort.
Yeah, something's not right, and your job as DM will be to convey that to your players in a way. In the second option were to pass, and Mr. Chewy would be turned into Crocodile Snack. Then maybe inside his fishing hut they would find, I don't know,
His ramblings and a little
scribbled
map
notes.
and his ramblings about what's happening.
Yeah, maybe he's seen the ruins, but he's never really gotten close. So they'll find maybe like some sketched out details to there, or maybe there'll be something with the village why he's not living in there. He's not about that plantation life, or I don't know, something that give a little more of a background. Again, this is all stuff that as a DM you can feel free to add as much as you want or as little as you think necessary. And then that would be the first act. The second act would be
In the village, what happens in the village per se?
so that's kind of a fun idea with what we're talking about with Ishtab and Ook and the different ways that they manipulate the people. You were mentioning that you think the fairy or the pixie rather would be more gala, more
For
formal.
promenades and so forth, no? Making people, maybe with illusions, make people have like beautiful dresses and walk around and parade for them.
And then Ook would be the opposite. He'd be more like carnival.
Party, like toys and stuff like that.
Okay. But all this is for, let's not lose track of, Rocio, which is the village leader's daughter. So we thought it'd be cool for her to actually like sit on a balcony and overlook their grounds, which are right next to the village. So all the villagers would come into the grounds of the manor.
And party. I mean, at the first time you see it, maybe the players could be mistaken that it's a regular party.
Yeah, but then that would be upon them to investigate and look a little bit deeper and see their exhausted looks and
And the fact that in the daytime, nobody's working, nobody's doing anything because they're too tired to do anything.
yeah, exactly. We leave hints and tips around, like maybe everything is in disarray, the fields are overgrown. I mean, even if it's only been a couple of days, but still, that's a lot.
That's a lot of work. It's work that should be done, and it's not done. Like stuff has been turned over and is not put in its place. It looks disorderly, not necessarily in ruins, and the people seem very tired.
Now, there could be ways of them of intervening during the revelries and the parties and everything. Maybe if one of them has access to disenchant or dispel or some kind of
Curse removal, they can.
magic, they could probably talk to somebody and get information that way. If not, then during the day they would have to try to figure out and talk around and meet the people. And then again, here, this is again up to you guys how many NPCs you want to include. Have a list of names and stuff at hand in case they want to talk to the one person you didn't think about them talking to.
Which they always do.
Yeah. Like Miguelito, the king of the pastelitos.
Yeah.
And so they have to investigate. They'll have to walk around and use their social skills and
A little bit to talk to people, to see what's up, to see if, I mean, they have to be a little bit clever about it. Or are there new people around? Because the Fae don't present themselves as what they are. They present themselves as some.
yeah. And I'm sure these people, after a couple of days, like we had mentioned, this would be going on for maybe 5 days, a week. I'm sure not only are they exhausted, but they are hungry and they're going like a little delusional, and they'll see outsiders and they may not react
Yeah.
quite so nice or open. So they'll have to kind of win them over a bit.
A bit, yeah. They could be a little bit aggressive, but again, they're tired peasants, so they couldn't do you much damage physically per se, but it could be awkward.
Yeah. So then maybe if they actually speak to Rocio or to her father, what was his name? Don
Cuco.
Then maybe he'll mention the event where his daughter disappeared into the mangroves and then appeared in the village.
And that everything has gone awry since then.
Yeah. So if they have access to the map from the old man and they have this information, then 2 and 2 will probably lead them to go into the third act, which would be actually going into the mangrove swamp area and into the shrine and having a confrontation with the Faes. Now here we envision, you mentioned 2 different scenarios.
Different paths, yeah. If they go with Rocio, usually one of the Fae would be in the city planning the party. If they take Rocio to the mangroves, both fairies would come because the one that's hiding and following her at that day would follow her there. and that would be kind of chance for a more peaceful or weird resolution. But if they go alone, they will only find one. Depending on the day, you can choose which one would be
Whoever's not working that evening.
on making a party. Yeah.
So then, combat wise, and this is all hindsight, because then when we thought, we'll use this, we'll use that. One's a CR5, one's a CR6. And I did worry a little bit, and I mentioned off camera, like, damn, they're going to be fighting a CR5 Pixie and a CR6 Satyr
Together.
That could be a little hard. But then again, monsters aren't dumb. I mean, they don't have to, not everything is to the death.
Yeah, they probably they don't mean to kill people per se. They're just don't understand things like we do. And so even if they charm the player, what would happen is the player would be part of the revelry the next day, and you have
maybe they get lost in the village.
Yeah, maybe, or and if you manage to kill one, that would be interesting. What would happen, because revenge will be in order in the case of the other one.
That could open up a whole secondary
Thing to
quest
do.
or something.
But the idea is that you the better ending would be for the players to go with the whole entourage, with Rocio, maybe with Don Cuco, and confront the fairies and defeat them with words and a little bit of combat per se. Why not? But not.
Maybe not combat, but maybe skill challenges, trying to use their charisma or the face of the group, or surviving actual psychological manipulations or charms, and
or challenging Ook, who's a more burly character, to strength tests and stuff like that. That would also make sense. He would love it to do it, because he would be more of
a drinking competition.
That sort of stuff. It could be done.
All that can definitely tailor to the type of player you have at your table, I think.
Yes, of
Obviously,
course.
if you have murder hobos at your table,
this is
they're going to want to fight. But if you have more of a, let's say, an actor or a more extrovert, or I don't know, just somebody looking for a good time, you can add in some secondary skills and challenges. And
if you kill one of them, Rocio would be sad. Would make the other one thirst for revenge. So you have to be, because they're her friends. So the good ending would be for you to fight, and she will be happy for all the revelry that happened because of her, and she can tell them that they can leave because she's now happy. She's now all right. She can be better.
That sounds great.
And if you kill one of them, well, she'll get sad, and the other one will go get more.
Yeah.
And that would be a hook for something else to happen.
All right. Well, this has actually been quite fun. I haven't done this in a while, like so off the cuff.
Yeah, and it sounds fun. We should probably run it. I mean, polish it a little bit more and run it. Have the stats in hand and a little bit of sketches from my side, and we'll run with this.
We got to do some convincing and charming of our own over here.
There we go.
See how we can get the producers and the players on board.
Yeah, we'll try to manage that.
All right.
So that's the end of the video. If you haven't already, please drop a like and subscribe to the channel. And please feel free to leave us your comments, suggestions, and questions below.
Also, come follow us on our other social media like Instagram, TikTok, and join us on our Discord channel over at the ND Hobby server. Links in the description.
And as always, remember to rage responsibly. We'll see you in the next episode.
Roll the dice! Bring it!